I always thought I'd be some kind of artist. I was pretty lucky that my parents let me explore different avenues of art. I was also the youngest of three kids, so my brothers had already gone through this, and we had a lot of art kits and instruments and stuff around the house. I used to love drawing a lot. I just wasn't very good at it. Painting, kind of same thing. I would watch a lot of horror movies with my brush on the canvas and kind of create pieces just based on my fear. Are they having a fight behind me? Yeah, wasn't very good at painting. I always wanted to learn magic and was never quite dexterous enough for it. Wasn't quite dexterous enough for the guitar either. I played piano and drums, got bored with that after a while. I danced my entire life, and I do still dance and enjoy it a lot, but not doing as much ballet, tap, and jazz as I did back then. I was in lots of choirs, award-winning choirs, and local musicals. And as much as I dreamt of being a singer, I just I just didn't work very hard at it. It was kind of the same thing with acting. I enjoyed acting and I didn't try very hard at it. Directing or filmmaking. I loved doing all these things, but of every art I've tried, writing is the only one that I seem to consistently work really, really hard to improve. It's also grown with me and gone through different phases of my life with me. When I was in elementary school, I wrote short stories, a lot of horror short stories, tried a couple novels. When I got to middle school, it was all about songs, all about songwriting. And yeah, I would get mad when a song would come on the radio that kind of sounded a little bit like a song I had written. I'm like, they stole it. In high school, it was all about poetry and, of course, angsty poetry. And after that, it was everything. I wanted to do everything, all types of writing, all types of genres, characters, worlds. Uh, Maybe that's why I like writing so much, is because it allows me to master every art through characters. It allows me to live every life and really be free.
So you were a bit early in life by the acting and performing bug. What gave you pause in not pursuing that profession fully?
I honestly, I think I went to Frostburg for theater right out of high school, and I think I just got like really caught up in the social stuff and like hanging out with friends, and I did want to be a very academic person, do well in college. I was really excited to like go out on my own and experience new things. Unfortunately, a lot of the new things were like but so it didn't go the way I wanted it to, and I was just I think I was just like lazy. Theater is very difficult. I did some local stuff after high school. The last one I was in 2003, I believe, when I was 21, and like that one was really awesome. But yeah, it was hard work, and I honestly did not think I was gonna get cast in that show. So I think I did audition for something several years ago, and it was just the worst audition of my life. And I was like, maybe it's a sign. I don't think, and also I don't think I was very good. I don't. I love singing. I would love to. I like if I'm performing like a song, I would do that any day of the week. But like a monologue.
How much do you feel like those experiences helped you in becoming an author?
I mean a huge amount. I definitely, when I'm writing characters, I play the part. I do the dialogue aloud, and also to make it, make sure it sounds right and sounds realistic. But yeah, it definitely helps me get into character and develop characters a little bit better. Especially because when you're making a character, you can't put in everything about the character on the page, which is something I'm trying to get across to my writing students. Whoa.
You mentioned in your own bio that you have several projects going on at once. Give us an idea of how you manage that. Is it a system, controlled chaos? Do you like to fly by the seat of your pants? How do you think you pursue that?
Yeah, it's controlled chaos. It's, it's complete madness going on in my head. I just kind of have the little project bubbles bouncing around in there, and I kind of just know which one is important. And I have reminders on my phone, and I have whiteboards all around me. So it's like, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind for me. I need reminders constantly telling me that I'm never allowed to sleep or rest or stop ever.
Have you seen when an anthology comes out with your work? Have you seen an uptick in your novel sales from that? Is that something that you've experienced?
Yeah, definitely, especially with Garden of Fiends, which came out from Wicked Run. It has an excerpt from my novel, The Green Kangaroos, in it. So it's all horror addiction stories. So yeah, when people buy them, they read that beginning, they're like, oh, I'm going to go buy the whole novel. So that was definitely one with that. But I've seen seen Rabbits in the Garden, which is one of the first real first horror releases. And that one always gets a little bump when Postmortem Press puts out an anthology with a story of mine in it. So yeah.
Having done the controlled chaos thing for a while, how would you say your process has evolved? Do you feel like you've kind of found your style through that process, or was it in spite of that?
Yeah, no, I think that just rolling with, just going with my gut and everything, that's what led me to eventually writing The Green Kangaroos, where I feel like I really honed in on my voice and my style. Because that novel is just so raw and honest. And I mean, the subject matter of addiction was very close to me. The family dynamic is somewhat close to me. And I was basically like, when I'm from this point on, I just have to channel that same kind of raw honesty into every single character. I have to find that in each one.
What do you cherish about being indie?
Freedom. Yeah, just being not even having to cater to the market or the publisher's whims. I mean, you gotta listen to the publisher, but I love being able to just follow my heart, follow whatever weird place my brain takes me, and trust that I'm going to find someone out there who wants to buy
it. Did you ever think about just going traditional and sticking to that at any point?
No. I mean, but I came into indie and small press and that stuff all on my own. I didn't know anybody when I was looking to get published. I didn't know any writers. Which is crazy because like 90% of my Facebook feed is writers. Or artists of some type. And I had nothing except my mom sending me like 3-year-old Writer's Digest, books full of publishers. And I would go through and highlight them and look online, emails and Duotrope as well. And just kind of Googled like how to write query letter, all this kind of stuff. So just very much.
And your aim was always small press at that point then?
Yeah, I think I submitted my first novel that got published, that I tried to get published, was an Arthurian legend novel called Camelot Lost. And so I did try submitting it to like a couple of big places, and I don't know. That was just silly. And I was I think that book got, gosh, I don't even know, so many rejections, so many. And I don't even think half of the places read anything that I sent even. So
what's one thing you always do now in marketing your books that you found to be most effective?
Smiling. Yeah, being excited, being passionate, and like just showing people who I am. It's like I just like to have fun. I like to make art, and I hope that I like my artists and writers to look like they enjoy what they're doing. And yeah, I think that a lot of people end up reading my stuff because they, see me on something, or, they see a post of mine and they're like, well, she's okay. She seems weird. Let's see what this is about. Oh, a book about bee people. Excellent. Um, yeah, I just being a positive person, but also being transparent enough to show when I'm not feeling so positive, just being human, I guess.
Do you think that's a very important thing for young authors is that they need to establish that they are people, and that getting to know them as
Hmm.
people is a better way than just blanketing people with marketing calls?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think so, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think that there's a balance between too much, and definitely you see a lot of younger authors coming up. It's like selfie, 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 selfie. Like, and it's like you got to break it up. You got to do this and this. It can't all be just videos of your face with like a dog thing. Although those are nice too.
What do you think the benefits are of being a multi-genre author? Do you ever worry about alienating a fan base, or not being able to build one because you are so diverse, or is it the opposite?
Yeah, I mean, by this point, it's, you know, if someone's like, I don't like you because you write this, I'd be like, okay, bye. Like, yeah, I don't know how I would even react to that. I just don't want to get bored.
Yeah.
I I've written 2 series, and even though I was working on other projects while I was writing them, I still got so bored sometimes. And it's not because the story or the character's boring, it's just that I want to get out, like I want to explore. I want to, like when I was writing the Darla Deckers, that's pretty much the only thing I write that doesn't have like something wacky in it, or scary and supernatural. So I kept just wanting to put like a robot dinosaur just like break into the school and eat them all. And and I have so much fun once the book is done. I'm like, yay, I can't wait to write the next one. But like while I'm doing it, I'm like, so I just don't like getting bored.
Mhm.
I want to play. For me, I mean, this is work, it's a business, but I don't want to do it if it's not fun. And I want to like experience all of that stuff. And there's so many worlds I haven't even explored yet, and people I haven't even met yet. So
And being someone who juggles a lot of projects at once, and you mentioned how you found your voice through an emotional experience writing something, uh, and you've kind of stuck to that. Is it hard to kind of do you have some way of, because I can imagine that at times writing something so personal or having that connection is emotionally draining. So do you have a safe period where you can step back and kind of absorb that, or do you just kind of move on to the next thing, or is it a matter of, what, I'm gonna write something light and fluffy to kind of counteract that?
I would like to say that I have an established like safe period. That would be really healthy. I should work on that. Um,
Sorry.
no, I mean honestly, I just take days off, which I think is a step from where I didn't. There were definitely years when days would go by where I would just write every single day, all day. So yeah, I just kind of move on to the next thing.
Mm.
I do get anxious if I don't do anything for a long time. I don't know what to do with my hands. Like it feels so weird. So I usually try to play Candy Crush or something, or you know. I should really. My husband got me the Professor Layton games. I need to get back into those to kind of as a break, but to keep the mind sharp.